My name is Alexis Phillips, and this is the death penalty. There has been many executions carried out over the years, and many of the people have been innocent. There is a total of 1,346 deaths in the United States. I'm a minor in law enforcement, and I've done research on this information. A new study on capital punishment in the United States assessed that there has been 343 people who were wrongly convicted of punishable by death offenses, and 25 were actually executed, and at least 4% of prisoners sentenced to the death row were innocent. One main cause of wrongful conviction is due to eyewitness misidentification, and this is fact proven by DNA evidence. Misidentification plays a role in more than 40% of convictions overturned through DNA testing nationwide. More than 150 men and women have been released from death row nationwide. Most people were released from execution only minutes away from their execution. The two main means of suspect identification are police lineup and photo array. Police lineups are basically when you're standing you're behind a glass and you're quoting the numbers, and you show so the person who's trying to eyewitness you is telling who did it, and that's one of the main reasons that people get executed, because they misidentify the wrong person, even though they might look like them. And the second way is the photo array, which is basically they give you like a whole bunch of pictures and you say which one did whatever offense. Race also plays a big role in death penalties. Studies have indicated that the race of victims and the race of the defendants in the capital punishment are major factors in determining who gets the death penalty. Despite the fact that African Americans make up 13% of the United States population, almost 50% of people currently on death row are African American. 48% of defendants in the federal cases in which the death penalty was sought were African Americans. Another reason majority of Hispanic and African Americans were sentenced to death is because of their criminal background. If you have a long history of criminal background, depending on what you did, they will sentence you to death regardless. Even races of the victims play a role in who gets charged with the death penalty. Almost 80% of murder victims in cases resulting in execution have been white. The United States is about $19.3 trillion in debt. And the United States really doesn't need that much money. They don't need to be spending that much money. Cases without the death penalty cost $740,000, while cases with the death penalty are $1.26 million. Maintaining each death row prisoner cost the taxpayers $90,000 per year. It is estimated that the annual cost of the percentage death system is $137 million per year, and it costs taxpayers of the United States about $2.3 million. That is about three times the cost of imprisoned people in a single cell. There are no evidence showing that the death penalty defers crime or is not efficient. There's no proof that the death penalty actually helps us. The states without death penalty don't have lesser crime rates because they have the death penalty. It's like there's no evidence. So what is the reason for us to have it if there's no real evidence that it works? Despite what professionals say, there's no determining effects of the death penalty. There are many executions each year in the United States. Many people are put to death because of the color of their skin, and money also plays an important role in the death penalty. The death penalty costs taxpayers millions and millions of dollars, and there's no evidence that the death penalty has possibly impacted the United States. Which raises the question to everyone, despite all of the things that is against it, why should we keep on having it? While some professionals believe that capital punishment plays a justified meaning in punishment, there are many reasons why the death penalty is not the most ideal option to turn to. The United States' best option is to do away with the death penalty for good, not only to save people money, but it could also save millions and millions of lives. The end.